Why does every musician need a Shure Sm57? Today, I'm going to record an entire song using just one SM57 microphone on every instrument. Should this be the normal approach? Absolutely not. But I want to show you how valuable having an SM57 can be in your mic locker. So let's go. Let's check out the electric guitar rhythm. Now, something we did here was we placed the microphone a bit further away from the center of the cone and used a different guitar. So also kept the amp dry. All of those decisions are going to help place this guitar in the mix. Now listen to the other guitar. I chose to use a Strat just to cut through the mix a little bit more, and I threw some reverb on just to place it differently. Also moved the microphone to the other side of the cone just for a little bit different response. Let's listen to those two guitars together. Now, the electric guitar rhythm is a little darker, which works with the acoustic guitar. That's sitting more on top. Adding in the bass. Here we've got some saturation, and we're using LA3A type compressor. A little bit of EQ going on. Now let's listen to that piano. This has some resonance going on, but it's kind of okay. It gets a little bit much in some places. Got some low resonance down here. And some 500 maybe. But it's kind of nice. It helps it kind of give some body to the mix. The drum kit, I've got a couple things going with this. Now, I'm gonna fast forward here to so here is the drums with no compression or EQ except for what's happening on the master bus. And I'm gonna turn it up a little bit. Now that's not a terrible sound. Here's what's going on with our saturation, EQ, and then we have some dynamic EQ to help control this a little bit. So I noticed some resonance coming off the toms, and I noticed some harshness going on. I also noticed a specific low frequency resonance that was different than just like a dynamic EQ. This was the need for some expansion. So anyway, let's take a look at this channel and just see what we did. I'm going to back off the drive. We're using this T-racks EQ73 from IK Multimedia. I love their stuff. And then we're using some dynamic EQ from Waves with the F6. Let's check out though what's going on with this tool from Steinberg that's native to Cubase. This is the Multiband expander. Very helpful tool. But what it does is essentially turn down your signal in this frequency range below a certain threshold. I've set my threshold here, and I've got my ratio. This is how we're going to dial in how much reduction happens on the drums. So we're going to listen to this. We hear this. Now this threshold, it has to cross the threshold to allow it through, like a gate. Expand is just a gate with a ratio. Now this is frequency dependent expander, so it's more advanced. Now this can start to sound unnatural, but let's see what it's doing. Better. So in addition to that, we're sending it to a room bus where we have a UAD, Ocean Way, reverb send, really. It's just a chamber. And we've selected just a drums setting. Sounds pretty good. You can dial in a bunch of stuff on this, but let's listen to what it's doing for our drums. So here are the dry drums. Oh yeah. I also sent the acoustic to it. It just adds a little bit of something to make those drums sit well in the mix. And this is just that one microphone placed a couple feet in front of the drums above the kick. Now there's a parallel bus going for the drums with a DVX 160 just to give it a little something. And we also have a dynamic EQ again happening on this. I think these bands are currently static, but what's nice about the F6 is you can use it as static, or if you realize that you want to have it be more responsive, you can change each band to do what you need it to do. It's a great EQ. Here it is in context. Now, this style of music is sort of vintage rock and roll, late 60s sounding, and I thought it would be appropriate with the one mic style. Maybe I'll do another video where I've got a more modern sound with just a 57, and we can listen to what that's like. We can use some different techniques. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. Just mention it down in the comments. But I think this is a cool example of what you can do with just one microphone. And it was really kind of guerrilla style. I spent a little bit of time dialing the sound, said, yeah, it's pretty good in my headphones, and just went for it. So I think one of the other beautiful things about a simple tool is that it allows you to focus on your art. And that's really important when you are making music. So anyway, hope this really shows how style, thoughtful mic placement, knowing your mic's frequency response influences your recording decisions and your mixing decisions. Is this the only mic you need? No way, not even close. But I hope you see why I think every recording musician should have one.